One of the biggest problems with sheraseven and all of the shit that she teaches a lot of women is that you need to extract as much money out of him as possible and don't give him love until he's paying, right? That's her whole game. Like, make him provide and then you can relax, right? Then you can sort of feel safe. But the problem with that, because a lot of women are like, so what? But the problem with that is that she's teaching you that and she's basically teaching you that you need to teach your nervous system that it should only feel safe when the bills are covered, right? When he's throwing money at you, when he's sort of buying you all this type of shit. Like, the moment money flows, then you can finally open up. But the problem with that is that's not actual safety. That is not safety, man. That is just survival. And you might be thinking, I don't give two shits about it. Okay, I'll be in survival. The problem with that, okay, cool, but you're not feeling peace. You're not feeling harmony. Do you understand? If you don't give that much of a shit about yourself, that you're like, I don't give a shit about peace, I don't give a shit about harmony, I don't give a shit about actual happiness, well, okay, right? It's your fucking life. But I'm just telling you, man, your anxiety is numbed by control. You're basically saying, I only feel calm when I know his money's handling my fear. And I'm sorry to say, as much as you think you're intelligent, essentially you are basically being a bitch to his wallet. So as much as you think, oh, I'm outsmarting him, you are being a bitch, right? To his money, to his wallet, to his capital. Do you understand? You are essentially your sense of worth is tied to his money. Because let's be real, and I understand, people are like, well, money gives me protection. I don't give two shits, right? No one's denying that shit. But let's not confuse protection with peace, right? Because at the same time, you can be in a mansion having all this type of fucking money, but at the same time, where your fucking heart is racing 3 a.m. in the morning, where you're like, fuck, what's happening? Is he out fucking another girl? What's going on? Right? And even if you're not feeling that, you can still feel that type of anxiety at night. And I promise you, the amount of fucking women that I speak to, they are feeling that type of way. Their man have insane amount of money, and like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And I'm like, well, you've ignored that shit for the last fucking 10 years. What the fuck do you expect, man? And I'm telling you, none of this shit is fucking, it's luxurious anxiety. How about that? It's fucking luxurious anxiety. And look, I'm just gonna ask you, just think about this, right? Do you feel safe when he's not spending? Where there's no dinner, no new gifts, do you still feel loved, right? Think about that. And then the second one is, does his actual presence, like his energy, does that calm you? Or do you only get peace when he's sort of using money on you? When do you actually feel safe, right? And let's just assume that all of a sudden,